Well, good evening, everybody. We're just trying to get this thing set up. I can't see the video here. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to our Small Business Center, Growing Your Business with Small Business Center webinar. We've got a great evening event planned for you. We're going to give you some great information on how you can grow your business, whether you're starting a business, maybe you're thinking of expanding your business, or maybe you're thinking of purchasing something. We've got some information for you. We'll do introductions in a little bit, but just to give you an overview of the evening, we'll talk about our stuff. We've got some guests from Digital Main Street. We're going to hop in after this, our part, and we're going to talk about the Digital Main Street grant portion and what to expect and how they can help you. And then we'll do some Q&A after that. Right now, we'll talk about some housekeeping issues. If you want to ask any questions along the way, you can go into the right-hand side and you can ask a panelist and ask a question. You can type it in. During the Q&A session, you can raise your hand. There's a little hand button, and that will get the attention of the tech support, and they can open up your mic to ask a question as well, and we can go from there. So let's start with the introductions. My name is Matt Rayome. I'm an Economic Development Officer. I handle wards 1 and 2. That's south of Chatham-Kent, so Blenheim to Wheatley, south of there, and we'll go over to you.
I'm Doug Robbins. I'm also an Economic Development Officer, and I handle wards 3, 4, and 5. So that would be south of the river. That would be Wallaceburg, Bridgetown, Pancor, all of that area.
South of the river or north?
Upward.
North. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm Taylor Hughes, and again, thank you guys for all attending. It's great to have you here with us. Also, as you know, an economic development officer, primarily focusing, like all three of us, on small business and consulting and advising. I look after Ward 6, which happens to be Chatham. So please make note of the email addresses you see on the screen right now, because these are the ways that it's going to be the easiest to get in touch with us all. And we hope throughout this webinar that we're presenting right now that you'll find ways that you might want to engage with us, ask questions. You only know what you know, and hopefully we can provide some information that's going to be able to answer some of the questions you might have, and maybe we're going to spark some of those questions along the way here as well. So we look forward to getting into this with you, and I think it's about that time.
Yeah, and along the way, let's say you have a question after this, you can email us at the email on the screen, and we're happy to help anytime with your questions. So let's get started with the first section here. How can we help you as a business?
Great question. How can we help you? So although our titles say Economic Development Officers, we're really small business consultants when it comes right down to it. We're here to help you with all things that affect your business. If we don't know, we'll find out. But we have a very deep amount of knowledge, so we're pretty rounded when it comes to giving you help. So we offer one-on-one consultations. Those are personal, confidential appointments to talk about your hopes and dreams, your goals, and where you want to go. We keep it extremely confidential, of course, because we're dealing with your finances. We're dealing with maybe a brand new idea that isn't currently in Chatham-Kent. We work with you on your business plan. It's very important to have a business plan when moving forward to create a business. Do you have to have a business plan? Your best case to survive in business is to have a business plan.
You'll likely notice Matt and I just look at Doug.
I can see them.
Where are you going with this?
Wait a second. That is the foundation of your business. Yeah.
We do realize that some people fall into business and open a business without a business plan. That's perfectly normal. But at some point, in order for financing to occur, unless you're borrowing from Uncle Joe, you're probably going to need a business plan so you can take it to a bank or a lender to find a source of funding. A business plan is also going to be your roadmap to help you find out is this business viable? Can I make this work? Are the dollars at the end of the day there for your business? You know, staffing levels, marketing, everything that rolls into a business plan is very important. It's very much your roadmap. We can help you with your market research, whether that's giving you some advice as to how to get that market research or giving you information on where to go to find market research. We're here to help you with that.
I'll just add to that, Doug, if you don't mind me interrupting you here, but one of the biggest benefits that we can offer through the Chatham-Kent Small Business Center is that we have a large network that we're able to leverage. So there's also another 53, a total of 54, including ourselves, small business centers across Ontario And that's a network that we're able to actually tap into. So if you're operating your business within Chatham-Kent, but there's a facility that is maybe manufacturing something that you need in Barrie, we're able to at least try and reach out to the small business center there for you, make the connections for you, and see if we can help in that sense too. In the same breath, we do have some other external kind of partnerships, if you will, with WeTech down in the Windsor corridor that also look after Chatham-Kent here with us as well. BDC, CFTC in our office, if you had tuned in last week, you would have noticed that too. But a big piece that we can do and that can coincide directly with market research support is by leveraging these other places.
Yeah. We can also help you understand your business structure, whether you want to be a sole proprietor, whether you need to be incorporated, or whether you want to have a partnership. And we can help you and advise you in all those realms as well. Financing, as Taylor mentioned, we have some great partnerships and some great friends in the lending industry, whether you're going to your chartered bank or you're borrowing from BDC or the Community Futures. We can be here to help you with that and give you direction as to who might be your best choice for funding. Can we tell you who to fund through? No, but we can give you some direction as to which way to go. We can also help you whether you need a master business license or a municipal business license, or both. A master business license, we're going to talk about that in the next slide, but it's really important to have a master business license so that you can function your business under your business name. Business number and HST. So if you're planning on being incorporated and needing a business number, or you're a charity and need a business number, or if you're going to be collecting HST, we can help you with the conduits and the ways to get to those as well.
One of the biggest questions that we get is, do I need an HST number? And the answer is yes and no. No, you don't need it if you're only making through your business up to $30,000 in a given calendar quarter. But in some cases, you may need an HST number from the beginning if you're a subcontractor working for a builder that has to bill through and charge an HST number. So you might need it then. So it's always good to inquire, and that you can contact any one of us at any time and say, here's my situation. Do I need one? And we'll let you know based on the information we have.
So with HST, Matt, what's the limit you need to have in income before you have to have an HST number?
$30,000.
Very good.
Annually, or over 4 consecutive quarters.
Yeah.
What did I
Matt
say?
definitely knows.
What did I say?
30,000
A quarter?
If you made 30,000 a quarter, you definitely need an HST.
Yeah,
But
it's probably too late.
if you have that annual or 4 consecutive quarters to voluntarily get it prior to if you want. But,
Well, thank you for that correction.
There you go.
this is being recorded.
I do stand corrected. Yeah.
So master business license, as I said, is an important thing to have. If you're operating under a name other than your own personal name, a master business license is something you're going to need in order to negotiate checks into a bank account, to set up your business. It's a $60 provincial fee. Don't pay more than $60. If you Google master business license and the top one comes up with a little square with an AD beside it, scroll on to see Service Canada, Ontario.ca. That's where you want to go. There are people that will help you with your master business license and charge you a premium for it. We'll help you with your master business license and not charge you a premium.
Yeah, these services aren't bad. It's just you're going to pay more money for them, and the reality is we'll help you for free, and you're going to pay $60. So
that's right. Whether you're laying in bed or you come in and see us for a free consultation, it should cost you $60 because those resources exist here. And that's the exact same thing when we're thinking about HST numbers. You getting an HST number essentially means you're a free employee of the Canada Revenue Agency, and Canada Revenue Agency isn't going to charge you to be a free employee. So you collect tax and then you send it to them. And we know we've heard plenty of stories about people paying upwards of $200 to get something that doesn't cost a thing. So you want to make sure that anytime you're looking into doing these things, hopefully, we haven't really said it, I guess, a whole lot. What we hope is that this presentation is kind of high level of all the different touch points the Chatham-Kent Small Business Centre can help you with. So please, if you're thinking about any of these things, just reach out to one of us so we can hopefully guide you in the right direction. But want to make sure that you're going to the right places. So
yeah, we realize that starting a business is a daunting task, and we're here at Sounding Boards to help you with that. So helping you, baby steps. You do this first, then follow up with this, and so on and so on. So we're here to mentor you as well in getting started in business. So back to your master business license. You'll get a hard copy that you can print out yourself. And now with technology, you can also have it emailed to your phone or to your inbox. So you have it for future use because you'll need it. It lasts 5 years. As best practice, I tell everyone you should Google the name that you want to use for your business. You can pay a search engine fee through Service Canada to do that as well, but Google will tell you probably more. And Google's very handy. And you want to make sure that you're not taking a name that's currently taken. Whether you massage your name, change it, or do what you want to make sure your name is it fits, Googling it will give you some direction. Registration is not hard to do. It takes a little bit of time, and it's just going to collect your information as to who you are, the name of the company, who owns the company, your address, your phone number, all those important information that Service Canada will want to know in order to set you up. And it's fast and it's easy, and we can help.
And whenever we say Service Canada, when thinking about a master business license, we actually mean Service Ontario.
Service Ontario.
But I guess a couple of things also that a master business license can do for you is it enables you to open up a business banking account. So unless you're, again, operating this business under your own personal exact name, you need to get a master business license or you're not going to be able to open a business banking account.
Right.
Our recommendation every single time is that you open up a business banking account, because when it comes time for filing receipts, income tax time, anything, making sure that you're remitting the right amount of HST and you just so happen to have the HST in the account. A lot of people that we've seen kind of come through the doors from time to time may have their personal banking intermingling with their business banking. It becomes very convoluted, hard to find things if you want to find it quickly, and it probably costs a little more when it comes down to income tax time. So a few different things that it's good for, but that's definitely one of them.
And I will mention too, we'll provide you with hard copies. You'll also get one in your email, but if you lose those hard copies, you can't just call up Service Ontario and say, can I get another copy? Because they do not keep a running file of this. So our advice is we'll give you as many copies as you think you need, but that digital copy, save it somewhere where you can find it again and print it again. Another question I get with master business license is, do I need one? I'm a home-based business doing something on the side. Do I need one? And our answer is, if you want to do things right and properly, then yes, you should do this. And really, $60 for the 5-year license isn't that bad. So, so other ways that we can help with your business, hiring information. We do have connections to Goodwill Career Centers. We have contacts with them, and we also have other hiring centers as well.
Social services.
And... Yep. So if you're looking for a certain specific person or type of job that someone needs to fill, we can help you kind of connect the dots with that.
There's resources. They'll even help you drafting a job description. So if you're thinking about, I need to hire this person, but how do I get the ad out there? And maybe how do I get the ad out there effectively to get that person I want? They'll be able to help you with these kinds of things as well. Yeah,
we can show you which job posting boards to post to, and Indeed, and also like social media as well. We do offer training and seminars, such as this webinar here. Some of the things that we do talk about is CRA. We usually typically talk about that beginning of the year, because that's usually when you're thinking about filing your taxes, and we try to find workshops that are applicable throughout the year with these themes that will help you in your business. And honestly, along the way, if you have ideas for seminars and workshops that you think would be wonderful for us to put on, please reach out. We're open to any and all ideas, and we love to help your business and help you move your business forward.
We used to before COVID, we used to have networking events.
Those were wonderful.
Remember those back in the old days?
Yeah. We tried doing it through Zoom, and it just didn't have the same. Yeah. So, and Doug always had this weird background behind him. You're not on the beach. We know that.
One thing I think we kind of forgot to mention here real quick, October 1st, Happy Small Business Month, which is what we're kicking off with right now. But at the exact same time, we're also hoping that we're going to be hosting an event basically every Thursday moving forward here. So we have Greg Karen in the hopper for October 8th with a high level focus on Shopify, with a little bit more digging into the actual shipping side of it. October 15th, I believe, we have Pepper Brooks from the GTA, who's going to be delivering user design with a focus on e-commerce seminar. So we're still hashing out a couple other things that we're going to be getting to, but we do have a lot more in the hopper. And for Small Business Month is just an example of the workshop seminars and hopefully value programs that we can provide for you guys at no cost.
And we do have a newsletter, so if you'd like to sign up to that, let us know, and we'll get you on the list, and then you'll be informed with all of these workshops and seminars as well. Other ways that we help, social media strategy, that's actually something that we get asked quite often. I'm stuck with Instagram. I don't know how to work Instagram, or I've got to post to all these social media accounts, and we've got tips and tricks that we can help. And
what's a hashtag? How do I leverage hashtags? You know, everything.
The other day I was helping a business connect their Facebook page with their Instagram account, so they only had to post once, but yet it went everywhere, and it was just like, this is awesome. So it's just the little ways that we can help. One of the things that we really love to do is this next one, brainstorming. We are a third-party, emotionally removed voice for your business, and we can give you honest feedback. I did some brainstorming with someone's financials, the financial forecasting, and gave them tips and tricks and ideas on how to get more income and how to adjust their cash flow so they could actually have a stronger bottom line. But we can brainstorm any part of the business plan that you're thinking of, whether it's your branding and your story that you're telling with your business, all the way down to the very end, which, you know, cash flow and the financial pieces and the nitty gritty of it. So, you know, something that we love to do and just talk through and give you hopefully some great ideas from our experience and knowledge as well to help you your business grow. Another thing that we help with is connecting with other municipal departments. Now, when you're starting a business and you're opening a brick and mortar store, maybe you're thinking, what licenses do I need? Is there special zoning codes that I got to be worried about? Who do I talk to? Who do I ask? You know? And those are things that we can help you kind of send you off in the right direction and give you the person that you need to talk to for your scenario, and who you need to get an answer from for licensing, a permit, anything like that. So we're there to kind of guide you along the steps so you don't feel like you have to figure it all out on your own.
Hopefully make it as absolutely as easy as possible for you. The last thing we do is expect to ever replace an expert. People are in positions for an absolute reason, and we don't happen to be in those for another reason. But what we want to be able to do is make sure that if you call, we're going to get you to the right people that you need to speak with ASAP. So hopefully you're not wasting any time, which we all know is money.
Yep. All right, so Taylor's going to talk about the next program.
Yes, I am. So we are diving into some of the programming that you can find in the Chatham-Kent Small Business Centre, economic development, and the municipality of Chatham-Kent kind of in general here. So the first couple I'll go to are specifically speaking of programs that our Small Business Centre facilitates. They're provincially funded programming. The first one we have up here, I believe we're going to be diving into Starter Company. So we're just going to click onto the next slide. There we go. And Starter Company Plus coming at you. So basically, it is a crash course on business. Traditionally, prior to COVID, it operated in a very different way. We would have expected that you'd be submitting a draft version of a viable sales-ready business plan to be your step into the program. Now, in COVID life, we are doing it a little bit differently, where we want to get as many people into the 5-day live webinar, generally speaking, as we can, to educate as many members of our business community and those who would even hope to just get into starting their own business, entrepreneurship, etc. So the 5-day live webinar program is now, it's an application that we'll have available for people to fill out if they're interested in taking part in the course. That's another thing that we're still kind of ironing out here at the moment, but we do know that our next cohort is going to be running October 26th until the 30th. So Monday to Friday, 10:30 to 1:30, 10 a.m. to 1, give or take, 3 hours a day. And we have a rock star that comes down from, well, doesn't come down from anywhere, I guess, anymore. He zooms in, yes, on GoTo as well, or WebEx. But Andrew Patricio with BizLaunch, and he's a phenomenal speaker. He's incredibly engaging. He has very real world examples over the last 24 years of experience that he's able to provide to you. If you have a question about billable hours, you don't have to wait for an answer. He's got it. It's really, really good. I've sat through it enough times that you would think the same presentation gets old. It doesn't. I hear something new and I learn something new every time. So Can't stress the importance of Starter Company Plus. It's an education, like pretty much all of our programs, they're education first programs. What we want to do is set you up to be in the best position to be successful, and that's by being educated on what you should really be considering when you're starting your own business. So fill out the application, that gets you into the training as long as everything makes sense, you meet the eligibility requirements. And then if you're hoping to continue pursuing a potential grant of up to $5,000, you'll have to submit a viable sales ready business plan at that point. Kicker, we help you make business plans. So again, please never hesitate to reach out to us. It never costs you a penny. And we love what we do. That's right. But no, really, we're sitting here in roles for the municipality of Chatham-Kent, specifically economic development and the small business center, and we have the ability to positively impact and benefit our community. And there's not a whole lot of things that get much better than that. So we absolutely welcome the calls and we love it. Again, back kind of to the grant, I guess. So you would submit that viable sales ready business plan. It'd be a competitive process. There's never any guarantee that has a dollar sign in front of it. And obviously the eligibility requirements would be something that we have to talk about too, or at least get in front of you. The big thing here is basically, again, back to the high level format of this presentation. We hope that you're going to reach out to us, then we can provide you with a little bit more detail here. But we don't want to just be spending time on one thing if it's not applicable to the viewers watching. So
the bonus though on this that you didn't mention is the fact that the training itself is well worth it.
In addition to not costing a penny, right. It's phenomenal. We've actually had people say, wow, I spent more for a lot less.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. So summer company programming. We've had a couple pretty awesome candidates get through the last few years. But basically it's a youth-oriented program. Again, it's a provincially funded program directly through our small business center. This year was definitely a challenge, like everything since I'd say March 13th. But it really put the program on a bit of a spin because we couldn't really have anything approved that would have any form of human interaction, if you will, like real personal human interaction. So that kind of eliminated anything that wasn't essentially tech, but we did have Tyler Mullins go through, who launched a web development company to get as many businesses, small businesses specifically as we could, online with e-commerce stores so they can get the products to the public in a different means. Obviously, it's a pretty important thing, and you're going to hear more opportunities surrounding that in a few minutes as well when we get to Digital Main Street. But it's open to 15 to 29-year-olds. Again, youth-oriented program, have to be in school at the time of application, have to be returning to school, some form of school. Once the summer wraps up, it's approximately 3 months. I'm going to show you a testimonial video here in a minute from Tyler Mullins and speaking to the success that he's found with the program. But the biggest thing that I'd like to drive home for this program specifically is that it is for the experience. Entrepreneurship is such a monster opportunity, and we're living in a side hustle, a side gig economy. It's not the world of 20 years ago where you thought you'd just get a job and ride it out until you retire. It's the 2 and 3 kind of job life nowadays, and the e-commerce and the online world sort of provides you with the opportunity to generate a fairly significant amount of passive income once you get it to a well-oiled machine state, put the parts in place. And Tyler's found in 3 months, he's gone from, is this what I should be doing? He's always been going down the road of being an entrepreneur, and a $3,000 grant kind of helps youth take that plunge. Sometimes helps parents say you can take the plunge. And that $3,000 is broken into 2 disbursements. That first disbursement is up to $1,500, and that is to go towards your startup expenses. So insurance, master business license, equipment, anything you need, if it's Adobe, if you're graphic designing, whatever. And then once you wrap the program up and you meet all the requirements, you do what you're supposed to do. It's a full-time initiative, so that's what we would expect. You then get the remaining $1,500, and that is basically for you to go back to school with and carry on. So Tyler's found enough success in this program that he's actually continuing to operate it, and he's actually turned a couple contract job opportunities in for himself as well while he's studying. So it's been pretty awesome.
All right.
So what we're gonna do is we'll roll back one, I think. And at this point, we were hoping that we would open it up to questions and question and answers at this point. And then if we don't really have a whole lot coming down the hopper right this second, we're gonna have another kind of addition of Q&A at the very end of this thing after the Digital Main Street folks. So like I say in consultations all the time, you usually don't have questions until it's 5 minutes and you're back in your car leaving here. So like we said earlier, you can raise your hand, you can put something in the chat, or if you don't have anything at the moment, then don't think that you can't ask it in a few more minutes, and we'll get to it once the presentation's done.
We should also let you know our handles are on the bottom right corner of the screen. So if you're looking for us on Instagram, it's CK Biz Center. If you're looking for us on Facebook, it's the Chatham-Kent Business Center as well. You can reach us through both of those means as well.
Okay. Doesn't look like we have any questions at the moment. Quentin, do you see anything in the back there?
Yep, so we actually have one question here. The question is, do you have any programs for startups? Is there any support that the government offers to the startup companies?
Okay, that is a very common question. The thing with startups is there's usually capital costs that come with startups at the beginning. And unfortunately, that's not what the government is choosing to invest in is startups. So there isn't a whole lot. We did talk about the Starter Company Plus, and that grant program can be used for startup costs and equipment. But generally speaking, there's not a whole lot of grants out there that help with startups, unfortunately. I will say I'll talk about the financing part of it. Our partners at BDC and CFDC, they do have lending options that do help with some of the capital startups. So BDC has a program where when you get a loan, you can defer some payments to help with kind of offset and get kind of going with your business until you make those initial payments. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out. We'll connect you with our colleagues in connections at BDC and CFDC. But as far as startups, not a whole lot, unfortunately, from that.
Not a boatload. Starter company is definitely the big one, and honestly, the numbers get even smaller when you throw home-based into that equation. So my love is home-based e-commerce, online business. It's the dream come true, if you ask me. There's no rent involved. It's basically server hosting, domain names, paying your Shopify premium, whatever tier package you go with if you're using Shopify, Squarespace, whatever, and then your transaction costs on top of that. And for that reason, because if you're on a brick and mortar, you might be paying $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in rent, depending on where you're at, what's going on. Home-based business often gets, in my opinion, the short end of the stick, but I can understand there's only so much money in the pot, and if your overhead's much lower operating from a home-based office, then the dollar's got to make sense at the end of the day for anybody giving it away. So not much, like Matt said, but there are a few options out there. And if you need any help kind of identifying some of those things, we'll be able to hopefully point you in the right direction.
If you happen to be watching and you're a large business, we also have our colleagues that are EDO1s that work in that realm as well, and they have great connections with the province when it comes to possibilities through that. So reach out to us and we can connect.
Well, yes, I completely forgot to. I never mentioned that we have a community improvement program, community improvement plan. CIP is what we call it, so bear with me here. But there's a few different streams going down that road. Specifically speaking of small businesses, I feel like most are taking advantage of facade improvements. Again, there are absolute experts within the municipality that can get into the details here. What we can do is provide you with the information that's going to let you know whether or not this is something that you should consider pursuing. The biggest thing I have to stress when it comes to the CIP is that work cannot start until you get the letter saying you're approved. It is not a retroactive program. The second you put a shovel in the ground, or the second you put a nail in the wall, or your permit is issued, the opportunity for the community improvement program is out the door. So just kind of be cognizant of that. And again, as everything in here, high level, please reach out to us. We'd love to chat with you.
Okay. So we're going to watch this testimonial from Tyler Mullins.
Nothing more from you, right, Quentin?
Actually, there is one more.
Oh,
One more question. What do you guys find most people are calling about the Small Business Center for? What people, what are they asking for? And, what's their common questions that you guys get?
Yeah, we actually get all kinds of calls. From, do I need a license for this? Do I need a municipal license to do what I want to do? Can I operate out of my home? Questions about, can I have a commercial kitchen in my home? From, can you help me do some market research? Who are my competitors? We have a great idea for a business. What's your thoughts? Sometimes we're just sounding boards, which I shouldn't say just sounding boards, because it's important to have someone that you trust and that you can talk to bounce ideas off of. So that's a big value right there. We got a lot of questions of what do you think about this, that, or the other, and we have sometimes people come in and they're gun shy, for lack of a better phrase, to pull a municipal license or to pull a master business license to get started. And when they get done and we hand them their master business license, they're like, that's it. I can go now, I can start. And the answer usually is yes. I mean, provided you have everything else in line and you're ready to start, you can go. And what happens during recessions and I guess COVID, we've discovered this as well. When people are out of work, they typically start their own business or their dream jobs, right? And everyone has a dream idea or something they want to create or build or sell to the marketplace. And that's their opportunity. They've got time on their hands and maybe not working, and that's when businesses start to build.
Mm-hmm. And when you do call us, we're going to be honest. If your business isn't viable, we'll tell you. It doesn't sound like on paper it's going to work, but we'll also work with you on getting it to a viable level. So we're not going to just sugarcoat and say, yeah, go ahead, this is great. We want to see your business succeed and do well. So we're going to be honest. I hope it doesn't offend you, but we want you to do well. So we're going to give you an honest answer when you do call us.
And sometimes that's as simple as sitting down and talking with us, and we give you our business plan package, and you walk away with it. And it's a template, and you can find them online. We have ours also on investck.ca. You can download it and work from home, and you just answer some questions, and you start to build your business plan. And then you can look at the numbers and say, yes, this is viable, or no, this is not valuable, or maybe selling one product is not enough. I need to enhance my line, and it'll give you the answers. And it's not uncommon for us to get a call or have a meeting with someone who's gone through the process and said, yeah, I don't think it's the business for me.
That's right.
So
yeah, and the brainstorming piece is the biggest thing. And we get questions as well along the lines of coaching, executive coaching, business coaching, et cetera, or mentorship options. And these are things that we also hope that we're able to provide to people in the sense, I can't stress the importance of being able to ask somebody questions that isn't necessarily a family or a friend. And the second you get into the small business world, you are the boss. I have a boss. If I have questions, I have a boss. I have two colleagues that I can bounce my ideas off of or my concerns or any of these sorts of things. But once you become a small business owner, you're the boss. So who do you ask, right? But you need to have somebody that you have the ability to ask and you're comfortable to do so. So that's hopefully another place that we can come in and help you. And it can be as simply as, am I crazy to think this? And it might just be us reaffirming or validating for you that no, you're spot on. But when you're in the trenches and you're all by yourself, that's when self-doubt can start kind of coming in for an entrepreneur, and it's something that a lot of people have to deal with, right? So give yourself the ability to have somebody that you can sound off to have somebody that you can bounce these ideas off of. And like Matt said, there's not a whole lot of beating around the bush here. If we think something's crazy, I'm definitely going to tell you it's crazy. They'll probably be like, maybe go this or does probably maybe.
yeah.
And if we think it's great, we're going to tell you it's great. And if you feel a little bit down and we know you're doing amazing things, and you're going to get some rah from us, right?
And sometimes the perspective is worth it. Just
entirely
visit, because you're going to hear us say things like, have you thought of this, or have you tried that?
Yeah.
And we hear it all the time when we talk to our clients that I never thought of trying that. And especially right now where everyone has pivoted or is pivoting, we suggested different things. They're shocked at the end because you're in the middle of it all, right? You're in the middle.
You're seeing your idea from this side of it, and all we do is go like this, look at the other side. Look at that.
Yeah, it might just be asking you a question that you didn't think to ask, and then light bulb. right? One of the best parts we have too is that we have the ability to leverage our colleagues, Anthony, Rosemary, Spencer, Marketing and Comms Officer, Andrew. We have all these people in the office that have different characteristics, different strengths, different things that they bring to the table. We now have 3 awesome folks that you're going to be hearing from in just a second. We're probably chomping at the bit here, but you know, there's nothing but a lot of brains that are in our office right now. And if it's something that I don't know, I know in a matter of a second. I have another 8 people I can go ask the question to, and whether they don't know it, it's just the network just opens up, and that's probably another great thing to talk about is make sure you network. Hopefully that's good for that one. Quentin, do you have any more?
No, that's everything. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we're going to show you Matt will get the summer company testimonial going, and we're going to cut the video for a sec in our mic so you don't hear the COVID shuffle. And then once we get back here, see if a few new faces.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Audrey, and we are your digital service squad, and we're going to be here to talk to you about the digital transformation grant. And I will give it to Irene first.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. So my name is Irene, and I'm one of the Digital Main Street Squad members for South Chatham. A little bit about the Digital Transformation Grant. So Digital Main Street is a program focused on assisting Main Street small businesses with their adoption of technologies. Through a partnership with FedDev Ontario and the province of Ontario, grant opportunities are available to enable this digital transformation process. The Digital Transformation Grant program provides funding for training, advisory support, and grants to Main Street small businesses looking to increase their capacity through digital transformation. Every business that wants to apply for grant funding must first take an online assessment of their grant technologies and meet the eligibility requirements. Next, they must complete the online training in order to develop a digital transformation plan that will detail their goals and review the technologies needed to achieve those goals. To help implement their digital transformation plan, eligible businesses can apply for a one-time grant of $2,500 to assist with the cost of adopting the suggested technologies. So how can businesses apply? Applications for digital transformation grants will continue to be accepted until November 30th, 2020, or until all grant funds have been awarded, whichever comes first. The process for businesses applying for a digital transformation grant has 2 main stages. I would also like to mention that businesses must have completed their assessment, passed the eligibility quiz, taken the online training, and developed their digital transformation plan before applying. So in stage 1, which includes the application process, businesses can create an account on digitalmainstreet.ca/Ontario grants, complete your digital assessment, pass the eligibility evaluation, complete an online training program focused on developing your digital literacy skills, develop a digital transformation plan, then submit an application to include detailed information on the digital transformation plan along with a detailed budget. Then they can submit copy of their articles of incorporation or business registration. Then they'll submit a picture of the storefront or business operations. In stage 2, review and award. So Ontario Business Improvement Area Association will review the application, and once approved, the businesses will receive an agreement to be executed by both the business owner and the Ontario Business Improvement Area Association. Upon receipt of the signed agreement, Ontario Business Improvement Area Association will release the $2,500 grant to the business to begin implementing the digital transformation plan. Previous Digital Main Street grant recipients, the ones that they have applied last year, may apply again, provided that all reporting and project receipts have been submitted. So a little bit more on the eligibility criteria. Large corporations are not eligible to apply for a digital transformation grant. Businesses with multiple locations are only eligible to apply for one digital transformation grant. Owners with multiple businesses may only apply for one grant. Business improvement area offices are not eligible to apply for this grant, but are eligible to participate in all training that's available. Also, businesses in business improvement areas that do not have a traditionally zoned commercial core, like for example, industrial or employment zoning, and those that do not have consistent zoning throughout are not eligible. So at this point, I'll let Audrey to take over to talk a little bit about how money can be spent.
Wonderful. So again, my name is Audrey and I'm the digital squad member for Chatham area. So what can the funds be used for? The funds can be used for digital marketing, which can include hiring a consultant, agency, person to execute your digital marketing initiatives. It can also be used for website redesign or improvement of existing website or development of a new website. Any software, which may include graphic design productivity software, social media software, security software, or any other software as evident in your digital transformation plan. As long as the funds can be justified on anything digital that will increase your revenue, it should qualify you for the grant. So you can be as creative as you'd like. We'll be more than happy to review your digital transformation plan before you submit it for any recommendations.
Okay, and my name is Dave Burney. I am the Digital Main Street member for North Chatham. I get the opportunity to talk to you about Shop Here. Shop Here is one of the programs under the umbrella of the Digital Main Street team. And it's a program that offers assistance to design and develop a free online store with your custom branding, training, and support to run and operate the store moving forward, and to help educate you on useful tools such as inventory management and shipping. Now, the store is free for a 90-day trial period only, and then it is going to be a monthly fee moving onward through Shopify, only if you continue using the service. And the final program that we have is actually a program that I'm not going to speak too much about, called Future Proof. And the reason why we're not going to talk too much about it right now is just because we're going to have another webinar coming up in the near future that'll go into a lot more detail. But essentially, Future Proof is a program that helps you update your business plan to include a digital revenue stream into your business plan. These are the contacts for all of us. If you would like to contact us for any questions, if you have any questions about any programs that we discussed, then we would be more than happy to help you out. Also, we do free digital assessments on your website or on your social media marketing, and we can give you a lot of advice on how to better your company and get a better awareness of your company. And we'd love to help you out. If you are looking to apply for the grant and just need a little bit of assistance, then we'll help you out with that as well.
So I'll just Taylor here jumping in again. So I shut the camera off on them, unfortunately, because we were getting a notification of slower network connection at one point. So that's why I shut it off in the middle of it. But I'm gonna kick her back on here. And hopefully it's going to be working just fine. But here they are once more. And make sure you take note of the contact information, because it's definitely something that it's a great program to go after, and you have a resource available to you to make it even easier to go after it, right? So the Shop Here program is also phenomenal in the sense that it creates you that free, look at it as you're being provided with a free store. It's just an online free store. So you're still gonna have to pay, you know, if you make a sale, there's gonna be transactional based costs associated. Your whatever tiered plan after the 90 days is something that you'll obviously have to start picking up. It starts at, I believe, around $29.99. And then you get into some other things, and rumor has it too, they might be adding additional platforms that you're able to build on in the future. But definitely want to get the camera back on in case Quentin has any questions in the queue regarding the digital Main Street stuff. And then if not, is there any questions?
There's no questions.
No questions at this time?
Nope.
Okay, perfect.
I have a question. I'm off camera. This is Matt. So digital Main Street squad members, if there's somebody that's already received the grant through the first time it went through, are they eligible to do it again?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And we encourage those who did apply for it last year and received it to redo it again this year.
Okay, so if you're watching and you've already received the grant, but you want it again, call these three and get your grant. And if you didn't before, call these three. And get your grant.
Yeah.
So one little caveat with that is if you did receive the grant before, the grant has to be fully closed. If you're unsure whether your grant is closed or not, then you're more than welcome to contact us and we can help you go through that. We've actually been trying to reach out to a lot of the companies that still have it open, just let them know that they can close it and finish off the reports, and then we'll be able to apply or get them moving towards applying to Grant 2.0.
And all it takes is to make sure that you submit all the receipts, make sure that all the money you've been provided with is spent. So do your reporting, submit everything you have to make sure that OBIA has all the information that they need, and then you can proceed to the next step.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, we will COVID shuffle this up a little bit again here for a sec. So I'll still release the camera and mic. And we're back.
All right. So just to wrap things up here, thank you again so much for watching this webinar. We hope that you've taken some notes and we're giving some great information. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We do have a question. Oh.
Yep, Joanne wants to know if this is being taped, recorded. She wasn't able to get on tonight because of technical difficulties. We are recording this, and just reach out to us for the link. And,
We'll be sharing it at some point. We just got accessibility, get the captions on, get things sorted. Everybody will absolutely be shared, and the best place to go and find it's going to be on those social media handles that we had shown you earlier. So I think they're on the screen right now, actually.
Yep.
Again, the biggest thing we were hoping to do by having this webinar was introducing you to the Small Business Center, introducing you to the people that you'll be speaking with on the Digital Main Street Digital Service Squad side of things. But hopefully what we wanted was just for some questions to make you realize that it's a very comfortable place to come down. It's an absolute judgment-free zone. There's nothing crazy except for Doug. And we love helping people, and that's why we're sitting in these chairs, right? So again, what we hope is that we're going to hear from some of you guys moving forward now. And again, there's some value in this presentation, and never hesitate to contact us.
And we'd love your feedback too. If you're watching this and you think, they could maybe do this in the webinar or this.
Yeah.
Please let us know. This is our second one, and we're trying to.
or Matt, where'd you get that shirt?
Yeah.
Ford and McIntyre in Blenheim. Product placement.
Matt also likes brownies, and different things like that, and Doug's a foodie.
I love brownies.
Yeah, so you,
Oh.
sorry. He loves them.
I love them. Charlie's Cafe, downtown Blenheim.
Last thing before we get out of here is that we will be sending you out a feedback form to anybody who would register for this. So basically, we're going to be asking questions, kind of as Matt's alluded to throughout this night. What did you like? What could we have done better? What was terrible? And what would you like to see in the future? Because we put these seminars and these workshops, and we get these people to come and do these things like Greg Karen and Pepper Brooks. We do these things because we want to hopefully be providing value to you. And right now, we're really making the decisions based off what we see coming through our door on a kind of a routine basis. But we would love to have suggestions because we want to make sure that we're providing you what you would love to hear. So please let us know. And like I said, keep your eyes open for it. Probably Monday when it gets fired off to you. Check the junk mail if you haven't seen it.
All right, and with that, we'll
No
call
more
it.
questions? We're all good?
We're all good. Thanks, guys.
Okay,
Thank you, Quentin.
Thank you.
thank you everyone else, and we'll talk to you soon.